we have a sneaky good fight. I mean, a sneaky good fight of fighters who we are very familiar with, fighters who have fought for world championships, a fighter who won a world championship, and now of fighters who, if you look at them in their recent work, when you see Joet Gonzalez and Isaac Dogboe, they may be better versions of themselves right now than they actually were when they fought for a title and actually had a title. Dogboe has now won 3 straight since the losses to Navarrete. He had the win against Chris Avalos. He had the win against Blue Nose Lopez. Very competitive fights. And then Chris Diaz.
Very competitive.
Very competitive fights. Very competitive fights. Joet Gonzalez goes up against Navarrete and got a lot of credibility in doing so with the way he performed.
I agree. Joet Gonzalez to me is another guy in the weight class that I keep saying that will eventually win a world championship. You know, all of the experience that he learned, you know, fighting against Navarrete, going through what he went through with Shakur Stevenson, I believe has made him a better fighter. Out of the two, between him and Dogboe, I feel that Joet Gonzalez is in a better place, not only mentally, physically as well. Dogboe, he had a couple of iffy wins in my assessment. You know, the fight against Diaz, I thought that he could have possibly lost that fight. You know, but he got the nod. But he's going to have to show up against a talented fighter in Joet Gonzalez that I believe that could do something at 126 pounds.
I personally like both fighters. I respect how they go about their craft, and you like their personalities. These are two guys that's really hard to dislike. But I think Dogboe, the mileage is starting to pile up on him. So I give Joet Gonzalez a slight edge. But Dogboe is a dog. He's a guy that's going to find a way. You're not going to turn him away very easily. So there's no guarantees for Joet. But Joet, when he's on point, when he's throwing combinations and not getting hit as much as he can tend to do at times, he's really good. He hasn't shown that he's got that last gear to get that championship. This is a great opportunity to put himself in that position, but you can't help but root for Isaac Dogboe as well, because he just keeps coming. He's got a great story. He's overcome a lot to get to this point. He's got a tremendous team with the headbangers, with Barry over in D.C., and he's going to be ready. Joet's going to be ready. This is one of those fights you don't want to miss.
Dre, you made a point before in regard to Teofimo about the skeletons, and they all come out when you lose. The interesting thing is, I mean, with Teofimo, they're always there. I think he's confronted them really well. But so have these guys, and they're quiet champions. But you know, we've seen Dogboe, the drama with his father come full blown. The most intense personal stuff becomes for public consumption. With Joet, it was the drama leading up to his first title shot, a lot of family drama with Shakur and his sister. Both of these guys have faced the most intense type of scrutiny and bared it with elegance, with a kind of nobility. I love both the guys. Yeah. I have to give Joet the edge here. I think that he's longer, and I think that will stand him in good stead. And this is his shot. This really will be, you know, three times the charm.
That is our featherweight main event. It is coming to you next week. We will be in Hinckley, Minnesota. That fight on ESPN Saturday night, July 23rd. Third main event between Joet Gonzalez and Isaac Dogboe.